Yeah, I'm so disgusted. And I barely remember what I was talking about. My video, girl. The computer didn't stop my video talking about I don't have no space. I done deleted all of the things off of the computer, all of the things, and it still steady say I don't have no space and I'm sick of it. I need a new computer. And it's funny because the man told me when I got the computer, because I was trying to be cheap and get one with low gigabyte storage, and he said you're not gonna have a great experience with this computer. That was another message that the Lord was giving me, and I wasn't even trying to hear. Anyway, I'm gonna hurry up because now I just spent 5-10 minutes trying to fix the daggone computer and put my little thumb drive, girl. Anyway, what I was saying was real quick. What we've been doing as the praise team is we've kind of just been taking it upon ourselves, even if it's just two of us, three of us, to say, look, man, you got to lead together next week. Let's get together on Wednesday in Hurst. Hey, we was unsure about this part. Let's get together in Hurst. Hey, all of us are going to come together on this day and meet at one of our houses so that we can just get something going. You know what I'm saying? So that when we get to practice on Thursday, um, we can be a little bit more productive. This week it worked out in the sense that we were able to come together. We had a small vent session. Um, and then we were able to practice some of the songs. But just based off of some technical difficulties when we came to church on Thursday to practice, um, we literally, as the band was working through the technical difficulties, y'all, we went and sat in a whole nother room, okay? And just practice off of our phones, right? And we did that so that by the time they got everything situated, we came back in, we did a quick run through, we went on home. So none of us ended up having to stay super late. Um, you know what I'm saying? None of the things, right? And praise and worship was amazing on Sunday. Um, I say all of that to say kind of what Lady was talking about, right? One of the things she said is we got to get to a point that we stop doing so much complaining and we get into action. In other words, don't talk about it, be about it, right? And I'm gonna be real. As humans and as people who are not perfect and don't have it all together, I mean, we are gonna complain sometimes, right? But what I have noticed is that shift in us, uh that shift in us that has made us say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and be about some action on this one because to be quite honest, in the past, if we had had those same technical difficulties on Thursday, we would have sat there like this, looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then been mad that we had to sit there until God knows when, 10:30 practicing, or we would have still left early. We wouldn't have been prepared on Sunday, or we would have tried to coordinate another practice on a Saturday or something. And if it's necessary, then, whatever. But like, we all need our time. You know what I'm saying? And when it's last minute like that, you didn't make plans. You don't know what a person got going on. Um, so yeah, so it's one of those things where as soon as she started talking about it, I hit one of my praise team members. I said, girl, that's exactly what we did this week. We were able to not so much get caught up in what was wrong. Um, we were able to say, um, okay, this ain't exactly how we wanted to be, right? Um, let's make an adjustment. And in making that adjustment, what we were able to do is we were able to build our portion of the wall that day. We were able to, and it was a situation like Lady was saying. If Nehemiah was over here somewhere building his part of the wall, he ain't had time to go over here and see what them other 18 million people in the Bible. I don't know any of their names. Because I don't even be reading those. I'm gonna be real because you can't pronounce none of them. Anyway, so I skip over that paragraph. With Nehemiah, which in this case, this is our band leader and the band, they over here trying to get the tracks right, trying to get the production together. They actually don't have time to worry about what the praise team is doing over here, right? It makes them no never mind in this moment because they over here getting their foundation set for their piece of the wall, right? So then we were able to excuse ourselves and go on over here and work on our portion of the wall. So while we still have parts of the wall to build, right? We all put in our work to build our pieces of the foundation, right? And to start on building our part. So the portion that we needed to have together and have solidified by Sunday, that part was built strong, ready. You know what I'm saying? So the lesson in that, right? Fairly simple. Don't talk about it, be about it. Whatever it is that you see that gets on your last nerve, baby, that is the Lord telling you that that's a piece of your burden and there's a purpose in there for you. You supposed to be the one to change it. We always be like, because who is supposed? I said this to one of the brothers at church one day. We was talking. Who was supposed to be the one to kind of get this together, and who was supposed to be the one that is supposed to make sense out of this? He was like, I feel like I'm looking at the person. I feel like I might be looking at the person who's supposed to do it because it's getting on your nerves. And if it's getting on your nerves, that means that you didn't thought about this and you got ideas. And so we got to stop talking about it, right? And we got to start being about it. And we have to take those ideas. The Lord has given us these ideas so that we can then share them with somebody and then put them into action, because that's also a bad thing. You get all the ideas in the world, you just sit on them, child. Because I know I'd be sitting on some things. So yes, um, don't talk about it, be about it. When something is getting on your nerves, when something is bothering you, and you know that you have a productive solution or any solution, because we don't know if it's gonna work until we try it, right? Start putting it into action. Share it with somebody. Even if you feel like you don't know exactly, you got to start somewhere. So let somebody, you know what I'm saying? Let somebody that you trust, somebody that you know, there's always somebody out the bunch that you cool with that you know will jump up and do anything. Maybe it's time to recruit them and say, I got this idea. I think it can help the church. I got this idea. I think it can help this group of people, right? And y'all go ahead and you get it done, because we all have our groups of people out here that we are supposed to touch. So again, don't talk about it, be about it. We're not perfect. We're going to complain about some things, right? But there's always message. There's always a lesson. And if you can do something and if you have an idea about how to do it, girl, just go ahead and do it, girl. Y'all, that's it. I got 5 minutes before I got to get on the clock. I know I've been all over the place. Oh, is my watch wrong or is the computer wrong? What's happening? Probably my watch. This little raggedy Fitbit. Um, but yeah, is somebody listening to keys? Girl, like I said, take the windows away because I am too nosy for my own good. But anyway, y'all, everybody be blessed. Everybody have an amazing day. Um, and yeah, pay attention to those messages, right? Because the Lord be speaking to us and he be using all of the people and all of the things, all of the songs, all of the everything to make sure that he is reaching us. He gonna meet us where we at, right? Like the same way he tell us to meet others where they at, he gonna meet us where we at, okay? So whatever it is that you do, if you always on social media, he coming up there, okay? If you always listen to music, he coming in music. Sometimes the books, like I said, sometimes it's just the people that you encounter. He's going to find a way to get those messages to you. We just got to use these. We got to be slow to speak and quick to hear so that we can hear exactly what he's saying and take time to think on it and dwell on it so that we know the message that we get. And then once we get it, we got to put it into action. Don't talk about it, be about it, right? That's it, y'all. Well, no, one more thing. Jackie Hill Perry. If you have not listened to her album, baby, let me tell you, go ahead and throw it on your Spotify, your Apple Music, whatever you listen to, and just let her minister because baby, she ain't playing with us. All right, y'all, that's it. I love y'all. If you made it through to this little second piece of the good video, I love you even more. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. If the Lord see fit to let us make it through said week, and be blessed. All right, bye, y'all.